Can a progressive win in a purple state? Abdul Al-Sayed wants to find out.
That's the headline from a New York Times piece by Michael Cruz, who reported from Grand Rapids, Warren, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Whitmore Lake, Madison Heights, and Ferndale, Michigan, ahead of the August 4 primary. Abdul Al-Sayed, the son of Egyptian immigrants, is running for the U.S. Senate seat in Michigan. He's a former professor and public health official and epidemiologist with a Rhodes Scholarship and Ivy League credentials, now turned anti-establishment avatar. At 41, he's become a flashpoint in the battle between the Democratic Party's progressive and moderate flanks, and the primary is widely seen as a critical front in that fight and a pungent preview of the 2028 presidential primary. Just before the 4th of July, Al-Sayed spoke at a community college rally in Detroit to a few hundred people. When someone in the crowd booed his mention of America's upcoming 250th anniversary, he stopped and said, "We don't boo." He talked about the accident of history that allowed him to be born in this country, and how America can do so much for someone, yet too often fails too many of her kids. Al-Sayed's platform is sharply progressive. He campaigns on an anti-Israel stance, calls for abolishing ICE, raising taxes on the wealthy, and making Medicare available to all Americans. To his ardent supporters, he's a charismatic blend of Barack Obama and Bernie Sanders, a next-generation answer for a party whose standard-bearers lost twice to Donald Trump. One aide even calls him Muslim Bruce Springsteen. If elected, he would be the nation's first Muslim senator, at a time when a growing number of Muslims are running for and winning political office. But critics see him differently. They describe him as cocksure and condescending, an Ivy League Rhodes Scholar turned self-styled class warrior, a perpetual gloryhound whose positions have alienated some black and Jewish voters. Centrist Democrats like Matt Bennett, a former Clinton staffer and co-founder of the think tank Third Way, label him a radical. Republicans agree, arguing he's less electable than his more moderate primary opponent in a general election against former Congressman Mike Rogers, the presumptive Republican nominee. Yet Al-Sayed is more than a political lightning rod. He has lived his life, by chance and by choice, on the fault lines of the country's complicated and contradictory record on matters of race, religion, and immigration. He is an Egyptian American who embodies the tensions and possibilities of that identity. As Michigan voters head to the polls on August 4, the outcome will signal not just who faces Mike Rogers in November, but which direction the Democratic Party intends to take in a state that could decide the Senate majority and the next presidential nominee.
Thanks for listening.